Working on the brakes of the 85 F250. Got the brakes off of it. Well, I didn't take that shoe off. It's in good shape. But I got my wheel cylinders off, and that's probably a good reason why it ain't working. It's full of junk and stuff. I'd say those are junk. Yep. Hey guys, it's been a minute since I've been had a regular video. I been doing a little this and that, and it has been so hot outside here that just hadn't had an interest to get out here and work. It's been 100 or better the last 2 or 3 days, and I've come out here and worked a little bit, and I didn't feel like filming, but I did do a little short video of working on the truck. But I'm going to show you what I'm doing right here now. Right here is what we got going. Changing wheel cylinders. If you can see there, I've got a new wheel cylinder. I've already got the other side done. Brake shoes look nearly brand new on this thing, so all I'm doing is just changing wheel cylinders, checking everything out. Everything looks good. This rear end must have come out of a cab chassis, because it's the big rear end that goes in these Fords, but it's a narrow one, so they had to put these little extensions on. So it's got the 2.5-inch shoes on it, so I know they're probably a bigger shoe out there, a 3-inch shoe or something, but this will be plenty for what I'm doing. And anyway, but I'm assuming this rear end was made for a cab chassis, because they're a narrower rear end than a dually bed. So I figure that's what that was. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Painting the wheels while I got them off. Mainly the outside one. I ain't too much worried about the inside wheels. But getting the outside wheels, and then when I get the front done, I'll paint the front wheels. I still got to put some tires on here, as you can see. These tires are knee deep in tread, but look at that. They look like the Texas dirt whenever it's dry out there. It is dry, cracked. These things are horrible. Knee deep in tread, nearly brand new tires, but they're just old and dry rotted. So 10-ply tires, good tires, but I'm just gonna leave them on there until I can get this thing running and driving and legal, and maybe run it around town here a little bit. Maybe do a little driving around little short distances, you know, something close to home. I don't want to get them tires good and hot and then they start coming apart on me. So I'm just going to leave them on there until I can get some more tires. So main thing right now is getting brakes on this thing, and we'll get the brakes fixed. Then I'll work on tires. And I do have a fuel tank issue. I think it's a vent issue. I can't put fuel in this thing. It'll blow it right back out. And if I tighten the gas cap down, it'll build up pressure in the tank and start blowing fuel over into the carburetor when I shut it off. I did that one day. I got to noticing every time I'd try to start it, it would be flooded. So I come out there one day, I got to thinking about it, and I fired this thing up and went and checked it and pulled the breather off of it. Sure enough, it was pumping fuel over in the top of it. So I went out and popped the gas cap, and when I did, it let off a bunch of pressure. When it let off a bunch of pressure, it instantly stopped the the back feed in the carburetor. So what I've been doing is just putting the cap on it and not tightening it down, but I want to get that fixed, so I may have to drop the tank, fix that issue. But other than that, the drive line will be getting pretty close. Probably gonna have to put a clutch slave on it, slave cylinder and kit on it. Might as well, since I'm redoing all the brakes, go ahead and do that. It's a hydraulic clutch system. Go ahead and change that out, and when I get it all fixed and running good, then I'm going to pull the motor out of it. Probably this winter, maybe pull the motor out and put all new gaskets on the motor. So new seals, new gaskets. It'll be fresh and ready. Yeah. You say, well, that's just an old 85 one-ton. Yeah, it's just an old 85 one-ton, but it was my uncle's truck. He had it and drove it, used it for years and years, and then finally just started using it on a farm when he got a newer truck, and started using his newer truck for the heavy haul stuff and for the longer distance stuff. Anyway, his truck just kind of sat there and went by the wayside and wasn't being used. So needless to say, I got the truck. He passed away. I talked to my aunt about it, and I wound up getting the truck. And I like the old truck. It needs a new grill piece in it. I may just get a whole new grill kit set up for it, fresh and clean. But, you know, this one's broke. This is bent. This is kind of pushed in. That's bent right there. But anyway, you can see where I shined that fender up the other day. I really need to buff it, clean that up. I think it'll look a lot better. This is what this looks like now. I think that's going to look really good. I think that's exactly what I was going for on the looks. So black wheels, chrome center caps. Probably going to black the bumper out, and possibly, I don't know yet. Y'all tell me what you think, but blacking out the front. So y'all tell me what y'all think. If we do that, I'll probably only just get this chrome piece right here, or this piece around that, and then use everything else I've got and just paint it. Fender needs straightened out a little bit, but anyway, we'll see. Got a new master cylinder on it. I've got the original carburetor that went on it inside. That's no Edelbrock. It works for now, but I want to get all this cleaned up. Like I say, it's dirty, nasty, been setting, but it'll fire up and run, and that's all I'm after. So I need to get a new power steering pump. It's got a new fuel pump on it. It's got a new water pump. It don't look it, but it does. That's rusty, but I'm going to get a new AC pump for it. I think the AC pump went right here. I'm going to get a new one of those. I'm not going to put smog back on it. Just ain't going to do it. But I will put new exhaust manifold gaskets on it. I'd like to put a set of headers on it, but I think the manifolds are probably going to be better for my application for what I'm doing. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Oh yeah, I got the new solenoid on there. I did go through that carburetor. That was the original one. I've got it ready to go on. Just a bunch of things that I've been doing a little here and a little there. You may be wondering where the project is in here. There's the race car sitting on the trailer. This project hadn't moved a bit, and I know a lot of people's probably saying I need to be working on this rather than the dually, but well, this is a long-term project here. This is not a, to me, I know a lot of people are wanting to see it at Saxton. And we may get it running and good enough to go to Saxton, but I don't know. For the No Name Nationals, I've got a couple tires and wheels there for a burnout competition, but I just got to get on this thing, get to work on it. It's all still there though, but I got a guy supposed to bring me a seat. I don't have that yet. I need a windshield for it. That and there has seen better days. It's pretty terrible, but that's going to be one of the later things that I get unless somebody donates one. But and if they donate it, they'll have to put it in too, because I'm not doing it. So, oh me. Anyway, work. I got that going. Got this little pressure washer motor going the other day. I've got a little boat motor and I'm going to put that on. Anyway, odds and ends. Tour of the shop. It's getting cluttered and full. Got pieces and parts laying here and there. Pistons laying there for another build. Working on that here before long. But it'll be another 355. So we'll be putting another 355 together, dirt track motor. So we'll be getting on that here real soon as well. So my problem is I've got too many projects, not enough money to get anything done with. I've got a guy interested in this truck, but I'm still waiting to hear a yay or nay for sure. On the old 62. It ain't going anywhere until he says one way or the other. But I'm going to try to move that. I just trying to turn some things to make a few coins where I can get my blue Chevy going. So this thing here is just kind of, I'm trying to get it going because it needs to be going. I need this to pull that trailer. My truck, I'm starting to hurt the transmission in my truck. So it's a half-ton truck with a 4L60E that's already been rebuilt once. And y'all seen me this last winter redo the motor. I do not want to go through another transmission in this thing. So I've quit pulling a heavy trailer with it. And that's the reason why we started pulling the lighter trailer that's in the shop, so that we can actually still go racing and it not tear my transmission out of my truck. So that's the reason why we're working on this. So I know I've still got enough time to get that Chevy going in there. About 2 or 3 good weekends I ought to have it going if I could just bow up on it. Y'all seen how fast we put that Camaro together last year for the No Name National. This one, it can still be put together real fast. We don't have a rear end under it right now, but that's not a problem. I've got another rear end that I can put in here. But I know this was a big hit. John Wilburn loved it. A lot of people loved it. It was the talk of the town. It was the talk of the meet. Stock car being on the drag strip. And we were kind of thrashing the last 2 weeks to get this thing done, and we got it done. But oh, it was a thrash mash, I'm telling you. But we got it done. But if we thrash like that on this truck, I believe we can make it. I've got a seat I can throw in here. That motor's not far away from running. I've got distributor, carburetor, got all the front accessories. So fuel pump, I got a fuel pump for it now. It's a stock fuel pump, but precision right there. But I got the old stock radiator that was on it. I don't have a drive shaft loop yet, but hey, we'll see. That's what's going on around here in this hot box. So I'm gonna get out here and try to finish these brakes up on this truck, get them bled out, and get this thing fired up, turn it around, and get it to where I can get the front end up. But I'm not gonna take the front end apart just yet. I'll probably do that next weekend, maybe next Friday, maybe next Tuesday. I don't know. We'll see. I'll get it turned around, get the front end up in the air, and work on the front end, and paint those wheels, make it look a lot better. But anyway, Russell here working on the old Big Red. My uncle's name was David, and I've thought about calling the old truck David. I don't know if that's good or not, but I think it'd be fitting. I know my old buddy Travis is saying call it Big Heavy, and we may do that, but David's kind of sticking with me because being my uncle's old truck. So, and my family, my aunt and my cousins out in Alabama, I think they would really appreciate that. So I'm gonna send them pictures of it and video of it as I get it closer, and I think they're really gonna appreciate that. Show them that I'm actually doing something with it. I've had it for a couple, 3 years now, and I haven't really done much with it, and been working on everything else. But it's time to work on old David now. So, all right, Russell here at Outfits Garage, saying God bless you and keep a hammering, guys. Now, this is looking a lot better. What do y'all think? It looks a lot better than that. Oh yeah, that's what we're going with. Looks a lot better. Yeah, Tom, I'm here with a bunch of chickens here. They said it was hot this time of year and they're on strike. Let me go to them. Let's see what they say. Well, you've got it right there, Tom. We'll be sending it back to you. Hey, while you're at it there, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that like button while you're at it. Share this with somebody. Tell them, oh, Outfits Garage got a pretty good little channel over here. Tell them about it. Hit that subscribe button, like button, leave me a comment. We'll holler at you later.